I know we've all been wondering what 2025 is going to look like, so let's consult spirit, shall we?
As the snow falls, I call on you. You can whisper softly, I still hear you.
Hi everybody, welcome back. It has been a very long time since I've made a video like this. So if you have been following me for a long time, thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Darienne. This is Darienne Empire, and I am just now coming back for the first time in quite a few years. Today I'm going to be doing a tarot / psychic intuitive reading on the 2025 energy. So let's get to it. I'm going to be going back to basics today and reading from the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And then I've got this Woodland Wardens by Jessica Rue Oracle that I figured we can get like overall energies. So it's been a long time since we've been with one another, or maybe this is your first time here. Let's take a moment to tune in. Let's just like take a breath, shall we? So if you want to just take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just sinking deeper into the present moment with each exhale. Take a moment to just ground yourself, whatever that means for you. It might mean just feeling the bottom of your feet. It might mean envisioning a tree trunk growing from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the earth. It might mean just looking around you. Take a moment to just notice where your body is. Notice the room around you and the space that you're in. And take this opportunity to set an intention for what you want to get out of this reading. Set the intention that you will get exactly what you need to hear and exactly what you're looking for the year to come for you. I am going to set the intention because when I look psychically into the collective energy, I get way too many details. And so what I mean by that is it's just overwhelming. Like this would be like a 10-hour long video. And so I'm going to set the intention that I am only going to get the energy from those who are going to be attracting this particular video. Also, don't mind the fact that I have this little shawl on like a little old lady. It is 30 degrees outside in Philadelphia, and my house has a bit of a chill, and so it's cold up in here. And I was trying to look cute, but then I got cold, so I put this on. So I'm going to pull this Oracle deck to get an overview of what 2025 is going to look like, or really energetically feel like, for those who are watching and attracting this video. So first, I just want to tune in to the energies. Actually, the first thing I'm seeing is somebody doing cartwheels. And the message there is really this cycle, in a sense that it's, you know, when you do a cartwheel, you kind of like the world flips upside down. Think about what you see when you do a cartwheel. It's like the whole world does a complete, really 360. And so it feels a little bit like that. Like the overall energies, it's like by the time we're going to be back here in December of 2025, at the end of next year, it's going to feel like you just went in through a revolving door or out through a revolving door and then it came back in, and you know, that kind of energy of holy crap, everything shifted. And I mean, I don't really think you even need to be psychic to know that that's going to change this year. But yeah, lots going to change this year. There's also this energy of like that moment when you're sort of mid cartwheel and you don't really know where you're going to land. It feels like that. It feels like it's not really going to look the way things have looked. There could be those moments where you're like kind of mid transition, and you don't really know if things are going to land. But let's say you are doing a tumble, or you are doing a cartwheel or something like that. If you are in tumbling and you know anything about it, there's a specific amount of trust that needs to happen. Like when you do an actual cartwheel or you do a tumble of some kind, it feels different when you hit it. Like, you know, like there's just something different in the energy, and it's like you allow the energy to carry you. So there's a constant presence that needs to be had, and then there's a constant trust that needs to be had, and a going with the flow that needs to be had. What's really coming to me is that presence. Like when you're in the present moment, your mind is right in the here and now. You can't think about, whoa, what just happened? And you can't think about, holy crap, where's this going to land? You got to just be where you are. It's so cold in here. It's also like 10:30 at night. And I'm going to be getting tired pretty soon. Probably. Okay, so, hello, beautiful spirits. Welcome in. Everyone that's here to guide me, to guide all of us. Could you give me an overall energy for 2025 for those who are watching this video now? Oh, 2 want to come out. And I'm going to have to put my glasses on to read this. Oh my gosh. So the first one is the moth and the eucalyptus, which means, and I just dropped it, an ending. An ending. And then the mouse and the buttercup, which means innocence. The moth and eucalyptus is at number 13 for a reason. It mirrors the meaning of the death card in a traditional tarot deck. The death card rarely indicates literal death, but rather marks an ending of some kind and provides us with the knowledge and power to let go. The moth shown here is the death's head hawk moth, named for the unique skull-like marking on its back. The death's head is nocturnal, and like all moths, it flies toward the light. Eucalyptus is a symbol of protection, as the oil from this plant can be used to guard against and soothe a variety of ailments. Upright, which is how we pulled it, an ending is imminent. This could mean the end of a relationship, a hobby or interest, a job, or any number of things. While endings sometimes mark loss, they don't always. And even if we do experience grief, we have the power to emerge from it with a better understanding of ourselves. And then the questions that it asks here is, how can I be more accepting of change? And what tools do I have that might help me feel safe and protected when a change occurs in my life? And then the mouse and the buttercup is number 0, which feels like the Fool card. New beginnings, which is a beautiful thing. And the cycle of going through that cartwheel, right? Of things being one way and then woo, then we lose them all and then they come back and it's like, what just happened? Like the Fool in the tarot deck, the mouse and buttercup is numbered 0. Both cards mark the start of a journey. How effing perfect is it that we just got an ending and the beginnings, which is the Fool card, represents new beginnings. And both remind us that we have much to learn. Mice are grounded and innocent, yet anyone who has dealt with a mouse in their house knows they are determined and highly adaptable. The mouse is paired with the humble buttercup, a symbol of childhood innocence. Have you ever held a buttercup under your chin? Aw, nostalgic. That feels a little bit like Six Cup energy too, the nostalgia of it. According to a century-old children's game, if the reflection of the flowers glows yellow on your skin, it reveals that you like butter. Remember that? I played that. Upright, which is how we pulled it, you may be embarking on a journey or starting down a new path. Remember that innocence and a lack of understanding are not negative qualities. Instead, they remind us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. The questions to ask yourself here are, what do I hope to learn on this new path? And what potential dangers should I look for? I mean, that's just beautiful. Like, what? How did we actually pulled them like this. How did we get both of these cards at the same time? Of course we know how, because that's how the universe works, right? So that's really beautiful. I love that. And correlates with what I was saying about the cartwheel, about us kind of turning, the world turning upside down and then back again. And feeling like everything's different when we land back on our feet. It's like landing back on a whole another world. The world flips upside down and then right again. And what does it lose in the process? And what does it gain in the process? Who are you in the process? How do things change in the process? All about change, all about process. I mean, just collectively, like the things that are going on in America, do not expect anything to look like it does today. Like, just, you know, kiss some things goodbye today. Because things in your life are not going to look the way they do right now this time next year. In fact, what I'm really seeing when I look into your particular future, those who are going to be watching this video, I see coziness. I see a different energy, but it's more like home to you. And I can almost see you guys laughing at the fact that you never ever imagined yourself being where you are or how you got to the space that you're in. And yeah, there's lots of that. So I'm thinking how I'm going to do this reading is maybe I'll do the seasons. So we'll go start at winter and then we'll end at winter again, because we're starting the year with winter and we're ending the year with winter. So next year's winter is a different winter. And this year's winter is this winter. So we will do winter. We've got Seven of Pentacles. Wap-bap-a-doo-bap. Spring. Seven of Swords. If you can see that. Summer of 2025. Oh, we've got Five of Swords. Fall. We've got Six of Pentacles. Uh-oh, what happened in the fall that makes us feel so much more replenished? And then back to winter. Oh, we've got the Empress card. The beautiful Empress card. Okay, I love that. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. All you've got to do is call, and I'll come running. We start off the beginning of the year in winter until what, March? With the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about planting your seeds and having patience and sitting back and watching that stuff grow. We have to trust that our manifestations are going to, that they're germinating, right? We have to trust that that's happening. But it's also important in the Seven of Pentacles, it's also really important to make sure that you're tending to your garden, right? What does tending to your garden look like? It looks like surrounding yourself with people who uplift you and actually support you and help you to get to your goals and maybe even see the potential in you. It's also feeding your garden with positive thoughts, with not toxic energy, right? It's like fertilizer. The positive, like affirmations can act as fertilizer for your garden. And trusting that even though you don't see things coming into fruition during this time, that we still need to be in a space of trust. Now, the fact that we know that the Empress is at the end of this year, we know, and even prior to that, we've got that Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is really about abundance and being so abundant that you can then pay it forward. But we've got some struggles in between that, right? The beginning of the year is about keeping that faith. And I want to let's pull some clarifying cards. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords. Rest your mind. Rest your mind. It's going to be really important to clear the energy for the first couple of months of the year. It's going to be really important to quiet your space, to cleanse your space, to find peace, to reset. This card is all about respite, reset. It's very much the RE words, like when Mercury goes into retrograde, which it is right now, which is probably why I can't talk. But those RE words, right? Respite, review, even it's an introspective kind of a card. So definitely the first few months of this year is going to be about retreating within yourself, within your own mind, and also, specifically within your own mind, it's kind of cleansing the influences that are all around you. I can see you guys, actually I see you guys shifting the people that you talk to. I see you guys finding people that actually feel like a place of peace for you, that feel a little bit more quiet, but there's a freshness to them. There's a refreshness to them. There is a clean slate kind of energy to those people. Some of you I can see moving out of toxic environments, but here's how to know that it's the right thing to do. It feels good to you. Like it feels like you're moving towards goodness. And the further and further away you step from that kind of toxic energy, the better you feel. It almost feels like being whisked away. Like I don't know, you're at a dance or something and some wonderful man whisks you onto the dance floor. And so, or maybe you're having like a boring conversation and somebody whisks you away. It almost feels like that. Like it feels good to do. So if you feel that, then you know that you are on the right path. And so the first few months of this year is all about cleansing, purifying. Oh my gosh. When we get into the spring, it's okay. It's not gonna be that fun. It's gonna be tough. I'm just gonna be honest. We had that first initial card, which was the Seven of Swords? That's what I pulled, right? Yeah, Seven of Swords. And then we just pulled the Ten of Swords. Positive thing about the Ten of Swords is that this is an ending. This means a completion, but it is a card of betrayal. It's like, oh, I'm getting this energy of like you being stabbed in the back that one last time. And it's almost, do you ever feel that feeling when you've dealt with somebody for so long and you haven't quite been done with them? And then they do that one thing, or maybe they don't even do anything. There's just that one moment in time where it's the straw that broke the camel's back. And even though it's horrible what they do, it's like one more horrible thing that they do, it almost feels like relief because you feel done. You feel done. And so that Seven of Swords to me oftentimes represents you having to take a risk that might put you in harm's way, but in the end, it's more beneficial for you. So, what could that look like? I don't know. That could look like going against the status quo in your family just because you're like, screw this, I'm done with certain people in the family, I'm not putting up with this. I'm not doing this anymore. Or maybe it's in your workplace and you're just like, no, I'm risking losing my job, speaking out about what I believe in, or just what, like, it feels like the springtime is a time that's where the ending's really coming through. And that work that you guys are going to be doing in the beginning of the year, of that clearing and cleansing, that's what prepares you for the moment to come, where in the springtime, you're like, I'm effing done. I'm effing done. And these are all swords, which means it's cutting off. It's clear cut. It's decisive. And so somebody might do something and you might finally need that last little bit of betrayal to just be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for being such an a-hole, because I'm done. Like I'm done, right? Then we get into summer, we get the 5 of Swords. They might not like it. Oh, but we've got the Justice card with it. Few things here. One, whatever happened during this springtime where you're kind of taking a risk and you're saying, I'm taking what I got and I'm getting the F out of here. And there's that last betrayal that is ending a cycle that you need to end, right? It could move you into this 5 of Swords where for a bit there, they might have some lingering resentment. There might be some energies around you. I definitely feel during spring and summer that those toxic energies kind of resurface. Like there's a lot of toxic energies for sure around here. If we're looking at this on like a whole collective level, the spring and summer is going to be rough collectively. And spring probably even more so, but in the summer, it's like toxic energy. It's like evil eye behind your back kind of stuff. It's just a lot of nastiness going on. But justice is here. So justice will be served. Justice will prevail. And what I would advise is during those summer months, do a lot more protection, psychic protection stuff. Do a lot more. The thing is, what you have to understand is what I'm seeing for you during this time is that you're just done. Like you're like in your savage era. You're in your savage era. You know what? I really want you guys to come back in the summer. Come back for June. June 20th is my birthday. So come back in June and make this Gemini happy and watch this video again and tell me if you are in your savage era yet. Because I would really love to know. I'd really love to know. It just feels savage. It feels like, so like I was saying, either they are feeling some resentment, which they're definitely going to do, they being that toxic energy, wherever that's coming from, or you're going to be in your so savage energy, laying down the law, like laying down the law. Like I am done. Nope. Told you I wasn't doing this. Not doing this. I am done. Right? And you're going to be sitting pretty in your, I don't want to say self-righteousness in a bad way, but in your righteousness, in your like, I am sitting on a stone throne of justice right now. And I'm laying down the law in my own life. And we'll probably see that in the collective as well. I don't know if we're going to be on the good end of that or not, but we shall see. Okay, so when we get into next fall, 2025, this energy looks a lot better. This energy is starting to like, wow, we went through what we needed to go through. And now look at us. Now this is us, right? We're in a space of wealth and abundance and being able to be in servitude, right? We're able to serve and help. I do see there might be a lot of people that are going to need help in the fall, and those who are watching might be in the position to be able to give fruitfully. Let's get and we've got the World card. So if we're looking at this collectively, this does make me a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, but only because we're looking at these people that are really in need. They're hungry and they're in need and they're down on their knees. We are thankfully able to help and serve them. This is the World card, meaning that this again is another sign of completion, ending cycles. It really looks like what is going to be starting at the beginning of this year, that cycle is going to really be ending. That sort of negative cycle, hopefully, is going to be ending in the fall time. But really what I'm also seeing mostly is it coming into fruition. So this is where the beginning of the year, where we had that 7 of Pentacles, those seeds will be fruitful and out in the world, right? Making up the world, showing themselves in the world, showing up, showing out, coming into fruition, full cycle moment. I'm seeing a lot of people in the world that might need help and being able to receive it. And lots of humanitarianism there's what this theme is looking like to me, which is so beautiful. Such Aquarian energy, which we know Pluto just moved into Aquarius. And so I don't know exactly where it's going to be in the fall, but maybe check what house it's going to be in the fall for you. It might still be in the same house if you do Placidus for astrology. And then the ending of the year, next 2025 winter, which will be the very, very end of the year. So really moving into 2026, we're going to be seeing that beautiful Empress energy with, interesting. Oh my gosh, we're going to have to pull other cards. We just got the 7 of Cups with the Empress. Okay. I feel like I should pull more cards after that, because when we put the Empress, which is all about, it's divine feminine energy, which, all the girlies on TikTok have been talking about the rise of the divine feminine. We all know, if we're in this community, we all feel that palpable rise of the divine feminine. It also can be luxury. And when it's coupled with something like the 7 of Cups, there can be a lot of overindulgent energy to that. So like going to a casino and gambling all your money away, or drinking too much, or getting lost, especially with the Empress, because we've got that Venus energy there, getting lost in a lustful relationship or something like that. On a collective note, what this could look like, my incense is getting a little bit, I need to open a window or something. But on a collective level, what this could look like is more like the divine feminine is there, but she's kind of a whisper or a breath under the surface. And there could be a lot of confusion on top of that. So the guidance here is, let me just pull one more. Okay. Doesn't help us anymore. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. So what this is telling us is that these are 2 energies that we're going to be juggling at the end of 2025. We're going to be juggling this beautiful goddess empress energy with this other stuff that is confusing. A lot of illusion is going to be happening. Possible, like the illusion, unconsciousness is what I'm trying to get at. So what that could look like, especially in this community, is a battle between the beautiful goddess within us rising, and spirituality and truth even, but truth in a very loving, creative, beautiful way. Kind of battling with unconsciousness. So there's going to be a lot of unconsciousness surfacing. I'll tell you why unconsciousness is going to be surfacing at the end of this year, is because the goddess and goddess energy has been suppressed in such a specific way that it has become taboo. The goddess is in connection with sex and sexuality. Venus is in connection with sex and sexuality, and women and the feminine and beauty, and all of that has been sort of perverted. It's been seen as something that could be objectified. And so when the goddess rises, it could ignite all of those things in other people, kind of trigger all of those things in other people. And so it's going to take really, it's going to take you on a personal level healing that which lies within you. The aspects of you that, let's say if you are a woman or femme, or you identify as a woman, you're going to have to go through your beliefs, some of your elusive, unconscious, and frankly, outdated and incorrect beliefs. There's going to be a lot of energies that are being thrown at the feminine that is designed to confuse her, confuse that space. So I'm seeing working with earth energy can help with this, because you can ground out a lot of this confusion energy. That's what I'm seeing for that. So I want to go into some specifics for those who are watching and get a little bit more about, I want to look over like health, career, and love, because those are usually the typical questions that people have. Even though I'm single as a Pringle and I have been single for 7 years, let's get some guidance for let's do health. Oh, we got 2. Oh, health actually looks really good. We got the Fool and the King of Pentacles. So health looks good. It looks like a new way of looking at things. It looks like starting a new health journey for you. It looks like very fruitful, lots of nutrition, lots of really caring about the things that you put into your body and the practices that you have. Like even if you're exercising, it might be like dance, because dance is nourishing to your soul. Lots of nourishment, lots of abundant wealth when it comes to your physical health. But it is going to take maybe taking a new path, a path that you haven't been used to or you haven't taken yet. That feels exciting to me. All right, love. Oh, okay. I might as well just pull 2 since 2 are coming out. So we got the 6 of Cups in reverse. Funny, because I mentioned the 6 of Cups earlier, didn't I? We got it in reverse. Because when we pulled the Mouse and Buttercup, the Buttercup felt a little bit like the 6 of Cups, which is like the past and nostalgia. We got that in reverse, and we got it with the Temperance. So what this could look like is healing some inner child stuff. You might need to bring some inner child work into your consciousness, into meditative practices, into just the way you think, it's like taking the way you used to think about love and relationships, or how you've been thinking in your particular relationship. Maybe you have had old ideologies that you're bringing into your relationship. And it's taking that and kind of reworking it so that it's not so black and white, you know, like it's a little bit more blended. It's a little bit more temperance. It's a little bit more, you know, makes a little bit more sense for right now. It's a little neutral. It's a little more bit more practical. So yeah, I'm seeing like finding balance, integrating the inner child in your relationship, in your romantic relationship. And then let's look at career. Ooh, we've got the Star. And we've got the Six of Wands. The Star is all about, I mean, this is like your North Star. This, to me, in the career reading, this is like you being on your path. This is you following your North Star. This is you being on the path of your destiny, like your career being aligned with what you are meant to be doing. And then we got that with the Six of, just look at this card. We've got that with the Six of Wands, which is the card of victory. This is a card where this person is doing their victory walk in the parade. They're being celebrated. It's victory. It's joy. It's accomplishment. And you get that through following your intuition. You get that through following the guidance that is only for you. This is specific to you. This is like the cliche of go in the direction of your dreams. This is looking good. And then let's see about finance. Oh, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is creative energy that is sort of coming from the divine. And then we've got the Three of Wands. So this is good. This is passion. This is creative work. What I love about the Three of Wands is that is actually about enterprise. It is a business card, but it's also a manifesting card. It's a card about, you know, set your intention. In this card, there's some ships, and it's like, tell the ships where you want them to go. And then they do the work, right? You don't have to do the work. It's like, let the universe do the work for you when it comes to your finances this year. Let the universe do the work, but be in cahoots with the universe, right? Make sure that you're reaching up mentally. You could reach up physically too if you want, but make sure that you're reaching up. Make sure that your thoughts are reaching the passion in the universe, the creative energy, the creative work in the universe. You know, that's such a beautiful energy. That is like practicing magic for me. That feels like practicing magic because that's the creative work in the universe. And so that looks really good, actually. Other than in the spring and the summer, we might have some fun things occur and things might not look at the end of this upcoming year the way it's going to look in the beginning. And there will be a lot of endings. There will be lots of new beginnings. I would just say that last bit of advice, like I said in the beginning, is just to stay present, to stay in trust, and to stay in the flow, understanding that, you know, this year, I think our motto should be that change is good. Change might be scary, but it's also exciting. Maybe use that as a mantra for your personal life. Let's get any last little advice. I want to get the last advice from the Oracle deck. Strength, of course, because we gonna need it. I never said it was gonna be easy. So this is the Elk and Ash. Elk are colossal creatures, crowned with substantial antlers, known to cover great distances over difficult terrain. They are symbols of strength and endurance. Likewise, ash trees are sturdy and resolute, able to flourish even in harsh environments. You are called to gather your strength ahead of a challenge. Face it with confidence in your own stamina. Tame any unruly elements that try to derail you. And the questions at the end here are, am I prepared to face upcoming challenges? How does inner strength differ from outer strength, and what situations call for each? So yeah, definitely feels like, you know, there's lots of preparation that should occur in the beginning of the year. definitely, especially the physical health, the nourishment, that feels like a really purposeful way of preparing yourself, both mentally and physically, spiritually, for whatever change is going to occur. Change is imminent. Change is an absolute. Endings will happen, new beginnings will happen. And like I said, I do see a lot of you at the end of this year, most of you, if not all of you, at the end of this year, looking around you going, I'm glad I'm here, but it's crazy how I got here and I can't believe I'm here. And like just looking around like, oh my God, everything is so different right now than it was just 12 months ago. And which is interesting because I feel like because of, the pandemic, I think a lot of our lives were put on hold. And so we weren't seeing a lot of change. Like, I feel like things look very different, but I'm also in the same place. Like, I still feel like I'm still the same place, but everything's different, but it just doesn't feel like there was as many changes as there were when we were able to be out in the world. And now it's been about a year or so that we've been able to be really, really out in the world. And it feels like 2025 is definitely going to be more of that. So if you want to get a personal reading from me, I'm actually now doing energy healing work as well. So what I do now is I could do a tarot reading for you if you just want a tarot reading, just like what we did here, but I also could look psychically into your energy. We do this virtually on a video chat. I could look psychically into your energy. I could read your energy. I could read really anything you want me to. I could read areas of your life, and I can actually heal them for you. So if you are interested in that, I'm doing an entire solstice savings countdown from now, well, actually from the 2nd until the winter solstice. So if you look down in the description, I have a whole list of the deals that I am going to be having for the remainder of the month on my website at DarienneEmpire.com. And you can head over to the reading section or click the link down in the description. I am doing lots of things on TikTok mostly, and I am still on Instagram and Facebook. So if you guys want to follow me there, it's just Darienne Empire. And if you have yet to subscribe to this channel, do so, because I will be coming out and doing a lot more things. I promise you. I have a podcast coming out called the Light Meets Dark podcast, where I will be talking about taboo, really tough, difficult subjects and bringing the light into them. We're going to be talking about integration. We're going to be talking about how to find ourselves between spirituality and humanity. And if you've been following me for a long time, then you know that I've been doing this for a very long time. So I've been in the light worker world, I've been in the witchy world, and I've been in the personal development world. And I've seen what it looks like to heal and then have shit hit the fan again and try to come back into center. So I hope that you will follow me here and find all of that wonderful, juicy things that will be happening for me and for all of us on this channel. And I hope you enjoyed this 2025 reading. Should be an interesting year, to say the least. There is a lot going on in America right now. I know it can feel like a really, really dark time right now, but don't forget that you are a manifester. Don't forget that you are the creator of your own reality. Don't forget that your mind is the most powerful thing that you have, and that all is mind, that everything actually is happening in the mind. Sometimes we just need that reminder. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.